This guy, he's sleeping. His name is Sheldon. We might have to try to wake him up here. If you saw my shirt whenever I first greeted you, it says Sheldon's Fan Club, official member. He's so popular, he has his own fan club. Sheldon, will you wake up and say hello? Hello. Good boy. Sheldon is an 18-year-old sulcata tortoise, okay? These guys live to be about 150 years old, so he's still a baby. If you come up close for me, you can see we can actually tell his age by counting rings on his shell. Is it dark? No. All right, so you actually count these. It'll come out to about 18, and that's how we know how old he is. All right, tortoises, like Sheldon, live primarily on land, solely on land, as where turtles live in water. All right, and as you can see, Sheldon here has these big claws because he's originally from the desert. And when he gets really hot in the desert, he'll actually kick sand and he'll bury himself to protect himself from the hot sun. Their nickname's the bulldozer, and that's because tortoises like Sheldon are so strong and powerful that they walk into things and they'll just move them. So you can see sometimes when you're in the store, you'll see scratches on the wall. Sheldon does sometimes wants to see if he can get through the wall. Something else that's really interesting about sulcata tortoises is they don't have really good eyesight. So where you're standing back there right now, Sheldon probably can't see you. But he does love bright colors because he thinks they're flower petals. And one of his favorite snacks is dandelions. Sheldon is what we call an herbivore, meaning he only eats fruits and veggies and plants. Hay and grass are some of his favorites. His favorite fruit is apples. Sometimes people are very nice and they bring us in zucchini from their garden in the summer. And I don't know if I told Sheldon's 110 pounds. So he's very, very heavy. And he kind of does whatever he wants. So if you ever visit the store, you'll see Sheldon walking around. We're going to keep looking here. We're in the fish department, obviously. There's two types of fish, freshwater and saltwater. The freshwater live in lakes and rivers and ponds and streams and creeks. These are freshwater fish. We'll keep on coming here. Oh, come here. I found a really special fish. These are called glowfish. They're a type of freshwater fish that have jellyfish DNA in them. The jellyfish glow in the dark. So whenever these guys are born, they actually glow in the dark. That's cool. All right, let's keep going and see what else we can find. Wow, this is a coral reef tank, like what you find in the ocean. Sometimes it doesn't show on camera how pretty these things are. I think most of the fish were sleeping, but you see all of these things are live coral. This is like a plant that lives under the water. You can see when you touch it, can you see that? It closes up. Very cool. I want to see if I can find one of my special friends. Oh wow, I found Nemo. There's Nemo. Nemo's a type of clownfish. And over here's a big puffer fish. This guy's name is Fred. He's been here for a little while. He likes to come and visit and see people. You can even pet him. That's fun. He feels very slimy. Hi, Fred. He's probably looking for food. Always hungry, Fred is. All right. Wow. Look, it's Julius Squeezer, our blood python. He's taking a bath. Let's see if he wants to come out and visit with us. Well, he's going underwater. Another name for this type of python is a short-tailed python. He's gonna be a little wet. This is gonna be fun. They're called a short-tailed python because they don't get very long, but they're really fat. See how thick? I can't even get my hands around him. And then all of a sudden, his tail just ends. Julius is a very, very nice snake. Snakes are carnivores. So remember when we talked about Sheldon the tortoise, he was an herbivore, meaning he only ate fruits and plants and veggies. Carnivores only eat meat. So Julius Squeezer actually eats mice or rats. All right, and he's a type of python. Very cool. I'm gonna come and do a close-up. I don't know how close we're getting. Wow, can you see him good? Yeah. Look at his long tongue. They use that tongue to sense things. You okay? I'm getting some giggles from the field trip visitors. Wow. Thanks for letting us hold you, Julius. Oh, yes. So we talked about herbivores and we talked about carnivores. Now we have to talk about omnivores. Omnivores means they eat both meats and veggies and fruits and plants. And one of those special reptiles is a bearded dragon. This guy is really cool. I'm gonna have to get him out because it's dark in here. All right. Come on, buddy. Wow. This is a bearded dragon. They're also from the desert. They like it to be about 90 to 100 degrees. And they eat crickets and lettuce and fruits. And they have a lot of personality. They'll actually dance, and you'll see a lot of people will wear them up on their shoulder. Whoa, whoa, he's going on my head. Where are you going, Beardy? My goodness. So he's almost full grown. They can get up to 2 feet. Wow, what a special animal. And look, he looks like he has these spikes, but they actually aren't that hard. The reason they have those is so if something's coming, and then we call that a predator to get him, okay? They look at those spikes and they say, I don't think so, I'm gonna leave him alone for the day. Wow. We're gonna show you a couple more types of reptiles before we move on. In here, we have chameleons. And you might know chameleons, they change their colors. So we're gonna open this up and let's see if we can find any. They're probably blending in the trees. I think I spotted one. Wow. Something really cool about chameleons is that their eyes can move independently from each other, meaning one eye can be looking forward while the other eye can be looking completely backwards. Also, chameleons live up in trees and they catch their food with their tongue. Their tongue is actually about 3 times the size of their body. Now these are just babies, but adults can get up to 1 foot long. Could you imagine a 3-foot long tongue? That's like this big. And they'll shoot it out and grab their food and pull it back up and it curls into a little spiral inside their mouth. I think there's a bigger one in here. They mostly change colors when they get nervous or scared. Let's see, this is a little bit of an older one. You can see, I think he's hunting because I see some crickets up in the trees. Go ahead in there. Wow, very pretty. Something interesting about chameleons is that the boys are much more colorful than the girls and have much more patterns. So that's silly. All right. In here we have leopard geckos, and this is going to be the last reptile. We have more, but we don't have time to show you everything. These leopard geckos get their name because they're spotted like leopards. They're very pretty and bright colored. There's another one in this cave. Oh, a cricket. That's his food. Yeah. Uh-oh. Maybe he'll snack on that later. Let's keep going. Okay. Look at how slow he moves through the sand. That's cool. I'm so excited to see what we find next. small animals. In here we have Syrian hamsters. They're nocturnal, and since it's nighttime on this special tour, you can see they're all out. I know it might be hard to hear me from the birds because they can be noisy, but the hamsters will run on this flying saucer. Right? Nocturnal. So what that means, kids, is that they come out at night and they sleep during the day. So whenever you come in the store during the day, the hamsters are normally all sleeping in these caves. And they have tunnels and caves because they live underground. Hamsters are really funny. They store their food in their cheeks. And every once in a while, you'll see a hamster with really big fat cheeks. And that's just him storing food for later, in case he needs a snack. And here we have